Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and I am joined by my beloved Jerry. We are back here for our front porch chats. It went so well last time that we did this in November. We did it the day before Thanksgiving and everybody responded so well to it, so we thought, hey, well, let's just make this a monthly thing. We kind of skipped December.
Lots going on.
Lots going on. So now it's January. So our goal is to do one of these front porch chats kind of the beginning of every month.
Yeah.
And it's just a way to recap what has been going on.
It's a goal.
It is a goal, both personally, professionally, nursery-wise, just general kind of a life update, things that have happened over the past month and things that are going to be coming in the future in the coming weeks. So that is our goal for these videos. Just to give you a little inside scoop, candid conversations between the two of us. This is not scripted.
Yep.
So we just kind of have an idea of where we're going to go, but you never know what may happen on these videos. It's always fun. So yes, so we are here on our front porch. We still have some decorations for Christmas. Not really Christmas now. Now we've transitioned into winter, being January. But yeah, what a month December was.
Very busy. Just kind of getting everything prepped. Still selling. We were selling lots of aquapots and for Christmas and Christmas ornaments and stained glass, wind chimes. The wind chimes were big. We were shipping. We started shipping.
Yeah. There.
So we did some little bit of shipping. I think the furthest was our friend Miss Stighton, I think it was Denise. I think it was Denise in Iowa.
Iowa? Yeah, so we shipped to Iowa. And we do...
Denise, if I got your name messed up, I'm sorry.
Jerry's ready for his third cup of coffee. It's only like lunchtime. But it is a Sunday. So just to give you an idea of when we're filming this is a Sunday. If you've been following us on social media, this whole week we have been busy working on the greenhouse. We put that structure up as it is right now in about, well... yeah, 3.5 days. So we did 3.5 days. We had Andrew helping us a bunch. And then we had Sarah yesterday. So yeah, we're a little tired. Our brains are tired.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're here. We're having fun.
So it's moving right along. Got a video coming out on that. You've seen on some of the other videos. It's done well this time around, being our second. Well, it's our fourth greenhouse altogether. The second for this type.
Right. And they're essentially going up. Essentially going up, they're the exact same. Just a couple of differences.
They are, yeah.
So that helps. And the last one we did was only a year ago. So it's still kind of fresh in our brain what to do. So that makes it easy.
There's always something different.
There is.
It doesn't matter if it's the same 38 posts that go in the ground. One or 5 of those 38 posts will give you a different challenge.
They do. But that's always, I mean, it's always fun. And so we've had a lot of people on social media commenting about, you know, us doing all these projects. And so if you haven't picked up on it yet, here at Creekside Nursery, Gardening with Creekside, there is always at least one major project going on at a time. But that's just, Jerry's brain just works really well that way. Like putting up these greenhouses or building barns or the pergola or whatever we're doing. I mean, the Lord just gave Jerry's brain. That's just how his brain works, right? And so I make a really great assistant. And so he, of course we talk to each other and we figure it out. But I mean, you're just naturally inclined to do these kinds of things.
Yeah. And
you find it fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it goes all the way back to, just seems like childhood, you know. So yeah, my parents always talked about me taking things apart and putting them back together when I was a kid.
Putting them back together.
I don't necessarily remember doing those things, but I just seem like I've always done it. So
yeah. So we all have different talents, and so this is definitely one of Jerry's talents that it benefits us pretty well too.
Yeah. No, you really, I mean, if you're in any kind of farming, agriculture, horticulture, we're more, I mean, specialized in horticulture, still farming. You really need to have a skill set if you're thinking about farming or you're thinking about greenhouse work or maybe just a cut flower, or you really need to have a skill set that it's wide. I mean,
Right.
you're going to do it all. You're going to do irrigation. You're going to do electrical. You're going to do framing.
You're going to be a plumber.
Yeah,
you're
you've
going to
gotta
be
be
an
able to.
electrician.
Yeah.
You're going to be a builder, a problem solver.
And
I
you-
think problem solving. I think
Yeah.
that's the big thing.
Problem solving, yeah, it's the big thing, because you may get, when we may, next time we do a greenhouse, I may have somebody come in and do it. I just don't have the time to do it. But when you're in the process of growing or farming, you need to be able to fix something immediately. You can't
Right.
wait for that contractor to show up to fix your irrigation problem.
Right, because when you have water shooting out of somewhere, you got to be able to fix it.
You do.
Yeah. And we've done all this. I mean, we'll have been in our house. It'll be 17 years because Emily's 16. Yeah.
17.
In 2004, January 2004. We remember because it was Super Bowl weekend. So, and also Emily is 16, and it was a year ahead of her, so it'll be 17 years. So really in the last 17 years, you have honed those skills of doing all that kind of stuff. So, that's where we are, and we do kind of crazy stuff sometimes. I mean, not like crazy as in like other people may think, well, that's, getting on top of a tall ladder, or, you being in the bucket of the bobcat and I lift you up.
Yeah, some of that stuff you'll see here pretty soon. It's not the first time. It's not the first
No,
rodeo.
no, it's not our first rodeo,
Yeah.
and it's probably more tame this time than what we've done some things in the past.
Yeah.
But we are getting a little older. Hopefully a little wiser, so we're starting to... Anyway, but yeah, so it's all those kinds of things that we've done. But going back, let's go back to the nursery. So we sold a ton of aquapots, lots of the stained glass ornaments, a lot of the wind chimes, and also we were shipping the wind chimes. But currently on our website, www.gardeningwithcreekside, we have restocked the 3-strand wind chimes. So I know some of you were looking for those. Those are all up on the website. So if you do want those, you can go ahead and get those. We will have some Ursulas. We've got to send them the pine knots. And so then they'll be making the Ursulas for us. The Ursulas are those really fun ones. They're still the 3-strand, but they're with the sea glass, and they're all different and unique, different colors. They have beads on them.
Yeah, there's several of you I talked to in email, during those months where we sold a bunch of them really fast, and you were fine with it. I think you were wanting them at your house. They weren't for gifts. A lot of folks were buying them for gifts. So
Right.
I haven't contacted you back because it's just been...
It's been nuts. It's been kind
from selling to the holidays to, we started the greenhouse. We're fast track gear here to get ready for growing. So.
Right. And I know for y'all, I think for a lot of people, kind of that week between Christmas and New Year's, you're just in that fog. Like, you don't know what day it is. You don't really, you don't know what's going on, which way's up. So that means it's the same thing for us. And it certainly doesn't feel like a Sunday, I know, for here. But, but we had a good Christmas. Our Christmas, I think like most people's, was a very different one this year. It was the first year without Jerry's mom. Jerry's mom passed away in April, so it was the first year without Nana.
Yep.
But then, of course, COVID. COVID changes everything. So both of our families are locally, like geographically very close. So we don't have to travel far for our families, but I know people that do. Maybe they couldn't this year. And I know COVID, like normally we do our Christmas Eve service, and that was different this year, so we didn't have that. But it was a different Christmas, but it was a nice Christmas.
Yep, it's good.
It was good. So, but we're also excited about 2021.
2021, we go back into the pots, the aqua pots. We still have all of the stock has come in. And it's ready to go. We have plenty of the Techno Matte Black, plenty of the Volcanic Milky Blue. Techno
we still have a lot of, and that was our whole purpose when we ordered.
Yeah.
We didn't think, of course we pre-sold, but we really weren't even counting on them coming in until about this time of the year.
Yeah.
So they came in early, so we sold early, but of course we'll have those for the springtime. And then also new to us is Unique Stone. So we got our first order of Unique Stone, which was amazing and fantastic. Most of that order was what do you call it? Special order for customers. Yeah, customers had
They're
contacted
unique,
us.
unique in a way that they can, in a lot of the cast concrete type style pottery, they're local for us in Rockingham, North Carolina. They can, they can special order the stuff and make it within 3 to 4 weeks.
Right.
So it's slightly different than other type of pottery. So we
sure,
can still get
like
it.
the aquapots. I mean, we had to order those 6 months ago, and they came from Vietnam. Whereas Unique Stone, like Jerry said, they're in Rockingham, just not that far away from us at all. And all those pieces.
Is that uniquestone.com?
Yeah, it's uniquestone.com.
So yeah, if you're local, you can go on there.
Right, and even semi-local. Like if you don't mind driving, we're not going to be shipping Unique Stone because they're massive. So we will do special orders for you. So if you see anything in their catalog on their website and you want it, just shoot us an email. Look in the description of this video and our email's right there. So just shoot us an email and tell us what you want, and then from the time I place the order, it's right about 4 weeks it comes in, and then we'll let you know when it's here and you can come pick it up, because we have done, and we're putting an order together right now. That's, again, mostly all custom orders for customers. We will have an order that we will place for the springtime, that we will have pieces for sale for the customers that come to the nursery, urns, bowls, all sorts of things like that. But if you have a special order that's something that you want, let us know and we can order that for you. So that's really fun. We got, the pig babe. My mama was, from the other video that we did with the Unique Stone, she loved her babe just as much as I do. So it is in her yard, and she was super excited about that. And our babe is in the cottage garden by the driveway. And right now that cottage garden is pretty empty. So when we drive up, we have this cute little pig sitting there, and I'm still getting used to it. I'm thinking, what is out there? But it's just Babe, and then Bashful Betty is in her spot in the shade garden, and she's very sweet and looks very nice there. So between the greenhouse going on, and then we have the patio.
I was thinking about, in my head, there are projects that are going. We get the patios going well.
Yep.
We put up another wall that kind of will incorporate inside that wall a little bit of a water feature, so that'll be neat. Can't wait for that. Beside that wall, there's some steps going that I have to build again. These won't be curved, these will be straight, so they'll be simple.
Hopefully they'll be an easy one.
Yeah, and go down into the yard to give access to the back of the yard. There's a seating wall, so we're waiting for the block to come in. That'll be here this Wednesday. And then some special blocks pre-cut. They help us with our angles, and then we'll set that seating wall out with some columns, pretty columns, and then once all that's done, we'll quickly go into paver work, and that should take us about a day and a half or so. Hopefully, if we could just work right at it, we could knock it out. Right,
because I mean, we really do want to have this patio done before spring.
Yeah.
Because once the nursery opens up, the nursery will open up like this year. It really depends on the weather, but typically end of March, 1st of April. This in 2020, it was the middle of March because we had a great early spring. But once the nursery does open, like, there is no free time. I mean, like, we're
and we're already, like, because we have orders of our liners that are coming in from Proven Winners, the Super Bells and all that good goodies, and petunias,
coleus, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're thinking about having some more earlier stuff, so we're going to place some orders here this week or next week to get that in earlier and be ready for shipping, or someone local that may want something earlier.
Right.
So it's going to start here pretty soon.
Right, so we want that patio done.
Yeah.
We want it done because otherwise who knows when it can get done.
And speaking of, just shipping and the website, I know we've had several questions on social media about that. They wanted to place orders, and we had to switch websites. We had to go from what we thought was, what you can go on and you can order, and it's a very nice website, but it did not communicate with our point of sale system that we use and the inventory tracking. So if you come here to the nursery and buy 10 flats of bubble gum, it needs to be able to know that that's gone out of inventory, so someone in Texas that needs 10 flats, they're still available.
Right.
So that was the issue. So we had to switch. And that caused a lot of work between both, Jenny and Jenny's doing a lot of the plug-in on that website. It's a unique thing how she and I work together on that. But it will be ready within,
We hope at least by the end of this month.
Yeah.
So for those of you, I mean, there's just a lot of technical stuff on the back end that, of course, y'all don't see and we don't expect you to see and understand. But just know that we are working furiously to get the website up so that you can go ahead and place your order for any of those, any plants that you need that we have to make them available for you. Obviously, we're not going to be shipping in, January.
We have a unique situation in North Carolina because, like this week, looks like it would be 32 degrees at night. So if you're in Texas, next week might be different, and we could get it out of North Carolina and get it going south, and you would still be able to get, hot weather plants.
Right.
Then they would survive the shipping.
Because like right now, it's cloudy and rainy. I'm sitting here shivering. It's cold. It's cold. So, but we are, definitely here in the South, we're in a unique position that we can ship out plants, even if we don't ship them out until March. That's so much faster than somebody, in other parts of the country where they're still in snow and, teen degrees. So that's what's
kept us going with landscaping. Like right now. It's just...
Yeah, that was another thing, is that we landscaped all the way up right before Christmas, and then...
go next week.
And then next week, or this week, we were landscaping. So that's the beauty of North Carolina, is that we can just keep going and going and going. But anyway, I think we've covered it all.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, just speaking of landscaping, if you're local and you're thinking about landscaping, my gosh, you need to get on the list.
Right, yeah, because we're finalizing one now that we started talking to them in October. Now, this is a massive project, of course, but so if you are local and you need help with your landscaping, contact us now, because it's not a quick turnaround. So you can't...
No, we spend a good bit of time when we go about thinking about
right
what we're going to do.
Because we've had somebody to say, oh, well, can you install next week? No. there's a long list and an order to go through. So if you are thinking about something, just let us know. But as always, and I will say this too, so if you have not already subscribed to Gardening with Creekside, please make sure you do that, and then also turn on your notifications. So if you'll hit that little bell right there on YouTube, that way whenever we post a video that you will be notified, because YouTube is really interesting. Of course, the analytics are everywhere, but it tells us, who watches the videos, how many are subscribers, and notifications and all of that.
Yeah, and I was thinking too, while we were talking about this morning with those new videos that we were going to do, if you got something on your mind that you haven't seen that you would like
video suggestions.
Yeah, just go ahead in the comments and suggest some, some how-tos.
Right, because
we're gearing up with what we're going to do.
Right.
Because it's that time.
Right. We're planning all through now, all the way through.
It'd be neat to catch something that would be unique that somebody is thinking about, maybe we're not thinking about.
Right.
We got a list.
For example, when back in the spring, we did the spring shade garden tour, and one of you fantastic subscribers, viewers, said, why don't you put, Jenny, window boxes would be gorgeous on your windows. And so just certain things that y'all see that we don't think of, or maybe you just see it a lot faster than we do. And so I was like, oh, love that idea, and we did it, and that turned out to be some of our most popular videos, was following up with those window boxes. If you need help with something, like Jerry said, how to take care of a plant, how to prune, suggestions, any kind of video suggestions that you have in mind, or something that you want to see more of, formats that we're doing that you really like, we're open and would love to hear what you say. But again, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notifications, so that way you don't miss any of our videos, because right now we're doing 3 a week, and then probably we'll crank back up to 4 a week here. It won't be too much longer, because there is a ton going on. Looking forward, of course, finishing the greenhouse, finishing the patio, and then the end of this month we'll start getting plants. So that's...
I want to show you some of that, just potting up and potting up.
So one of the things
stuff,
that we we had some video ideas that we're working with proven winners on. So it's a lot of fun things. It takes a lot of preparation to get ready for the springtime.
Yep.
Plants just don't magically appear at the at the greenhouse ready to go and into your hands. So we want to show you all of that. But we good?
Yep.
We're good. All right. As always, friends, thank you so much for gardening with Creekside. We're going to go get a hot cup of coffee, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.
Bye, guys.